I'm going to demonstrate how to do the student grades lab for you, which is going to use a class as well as a driver. What you see on the screen is student.java. I'm doing mine in Notepad because I'm not going to run it. You should definitely do yours in BlueJ. So what we see on the screen is student.java. Student.java is going to be a class that's going to create an object for us. It asks us to define a student class that stores name, score on test 1, and score on test 2. Methods prompt for and reading grades, compute the test average, and return a string containing the student's information. So when we think about a student object after you've read the instructions for the lab, you know that a student has 3 characteristics. A student is going to have a name, a student is going to have a score for test 1, and a student is going to have a score for test 2. The student is also going to have some actions. The student is going to be able to input grades, the student will be able to get average, the student object will be able to get name, and then it's going to print some information about the student. So we've got a lot of comments in here because our code is half done, and the comments are going to kind of guide us as to what we're supposed to be doing in order to set this up. So right here it tells us, first of all, it's already imported Scanner for us. The name of our class is going to be student, so it's got public visibility, it's a class, and then the name of the class and what's going to be the object is student. And then we've got a comment here that says for us to declare our instance data. So I said there were 3 things that defined, or 3 characteristics of a student: a name, a score for test 1, and a score for test 2. So those are going to be the 3 instance variables that we have to declare. So let's start by declaring a variable that will hold the student's name. So first of all, the data type for a student's name is going to be a string. So we'll put our data type, and then we need to select a variable that will represent the name. So I'm just going to go with name. And then we're going to have 2 variables that are going to hold the scores for test 1 and the score for test 2. And if we think about those, they're going to be numbers. A test score is going to be a number. They're either going to be integers or they're going to be doubles. And you can go either way with that. I'm going to just say that they're ints. I'm going to make them whole numbers. So my data type is going to be int. And I'm just going to call it test 1 and my second one test 2. Now, I just declared my test 1 and my test 2 variables on the same line, which is okay, but you could have declared yours on separate lines. You could have gone int test 1 semicolon, and on the next line int test 2 semicolon. Either way is acceptable, however you want to do it. The other thing we're going to need to do is we're going to have to use our scanner because we're going to have to get some information about the student, and we see we've already imported the scanner, but we have to go ahead and set up our local copy of scanner. So this is where we're going to do our scanner, scan equals new scanner, system in with a capital S. All right, so we've just made our own local version of scanner and we're calling it scan. So moving down, the next prompt we see is the constructor. So every class has at least one constructor. Even if you don't see any code for the constructor, it's called the default no argument constructor. But we're going to have one constructor that actually takes in an argument, and that argument is going to be a string. So you can see right here where we've got the header for the constructor. Public is our visibility, so that we can actually make an object from it. A constructor has to have the same name, the same name as a class, and our class is student, so our constructor has to have the name student. And we already have the formal parameter set up for us in our code. So our student constructor is going to accept one parameter, and that parameter is going to be a string. And the actual parameter when it comes in on the method call is going to be the name of the student. So we can see we've got string student name. Now we have to add the body for the constructor. And the body is just really going to be simple. We're going to take the formal parameter value and we're going to assign it to the actual variable that we're using. If we go back up to where we declared our instance variables, you can see that we, in my example, called our student name just name. So what I want to do down here in the body of my constructor is assign the formal over to the actual. So all we have to do is take student name, assign it to name. That is the body of our constructor. We don't have to do anything else. So this will allow us to pass information to a local variable, name being the local variable. All right, moving down. We see here that we have a comment that says input grades because we're going to do the input grades method. Prompts for and reads in student grades for test 1 and test 2. Use name in prompts such as please enter Rebecca's score for test 1 in APCSA. And then we have to add the body for input grades because we can already see right here that the header's done for us. It's going to be a public method. It's not going to return anything, so our return type is void because instead we're going to just get some information. The name of our method is input grades, and it does not have any parameters because the parameter list is empty. So now we need to add the body for input grades. So my instructions said to prompt for, which means we're going to need an SOP, a system.out.println, and then read in the student's grades for test 1. So we're going to do a system.out.println or print, either one is acceptable. And it wants us to say something like, please enter the grades for Rebecca's score in test 1 in APCSA. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that line and then make some changes. So please enter, and we don't know that our student's name is actually Rebecca. That just happened to be an example. So we're going to replace Rebecca with a variable, and that variable is going to be name. And then we're going to concatenate back to our string because it's going to be Rebecca's or whoever's possessive score for test 1 in APCSA. Very good. So that's done. Now we need to read in the actual test score. So the variable that we assigned to test 1 was called test 1. And the value for test 1 is going to come from scan.next, lowercase n, int. And then we have to repeat for test 2. So I'm going to copy those 2 lines. And I'm going to change test 1 to test 2 and test 1 down here on my variable to test 2, and we're done with input grades. So our next method is get average. It says to compute and return the student's test average. We have to start by adding a header for get average. So our get average method is going to be public, so we're going to use a public visibility modifier. And we have to decide, do we want the average? It's actually going to return something, so we do need a return type. We need to decide, do we want to return an int or do we want to return a double? And kind of this is sort of like a deciding factor for you. Think about your own grades. If you had 2 test scores and say you had a 90 and a 95, and they got averaged together, would you want a 92.0, meaning just a 92, or would you want a 92.5? Most likely you want the 92.5. So I'm going to say let's go with a double. And the name of our method is get average, and it does not have a parameter. So we're going to leave our parameter list empty. So now we're ready to do the body of our get average method. And we are going to return, and what we're going to return is think about how do we do an average? Well, to get an average, we're going to take test 1 and we're going to add it to test 2. And then once we've added those together, we're going to divide by how many tests we had. And we had 2. But we're going to divide by 2.0. And the reason we do this by 2.0 is because test 1 is an int, test 2 is an int. If we just divide by 2, we're going to end up with an int that we then assign a 0.0 to the end. If we divide by 2.0, then if it's a 90 and a 95, we're actually going to get that 92.5. All right, moving on. Next thing we've got to do is we've got to do the get name. So this is going to allow us to return the student's name in our driver. So the first thing we got to do is we've got to add a header for get name. So get name is going to be public, and it is going to return something. It's going to return the student's name. So what would be the data type of the student name? You got it. It's a string. And the name of our method is get name. It does not have anything in the parameter list. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a body. Well, we know because we have a return type that we're going to return something. And what are we going to return? Really simple. We're going to return the name. That's it. That's all I got to do for get name. Moving on. Now we have to define a toString. We have to set up the toString to return, and this is the format that we want. Name colon, test1 score, test2 score. So let's talk about toString for a moment. If we print an object, if I just did an SOP and I put in the parameter list of my system.out.println, I just put student as my object, what I would get printed would be what looks like a hexadecimal value. It's actually the memory location of where the object exists in memory, and it's not giving us any useful information. So what we need to do with the toString is redefine what we want the object to say. So that's what we're going to do right here. So the first thing we've got to do is we have got to make a header for our toString. toStrings are always going to be public. Spell public right, Miss Rush? Okay. It's going to return a string, and the name of the method is toString, and it's not taking in anything for a parameter. Now we have to do the body for the toString. And this is where we have to decide what is it that we actually want it to say. So we're going to return, and it told us up here in the comment what it wanted it to say. So I'm going to copy that. So we're going to return name. I like a capital N on it. I think it looks a little bit neater. To that, we're going to concatenate our name variable. Concatenate back to our string. Test1 score. To that, we're going to concatenate the actual test1. Concatenate back to our string, which is test2 score. To that, we are going to concatenate. Oops. Okay, we're going to concatenate to the test2. And that's our toString right there. Okay, so it's going to return the name, colon, student name, test1 score, and the actual score for test1 that gets inputted, test2 score, and the actual score for test2. That is our student object right there. Go ahead and save that, and the next thing we'll do is we'll do the driver.